What's going on, guys, and welcome to my review for Metal Gear Solid HD Collection. And now, I gotta say this: that it's one of these games that it surprised me how well you know it was done for the PS Vita. Like, it was very smooth how everything was. Now, of course, this game has a little bit of ups and downs, but mainly it had like the majority of ups outweighed the cons and everything like that. But now let me get started with the review. Now the graphics for for the Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3, the graphics are pretty well done. They if you compare them from the PS2 version, PS3 obviously, but the PS Vita version, the graphics look HD resolution, but the quality looks great. For the 5-inch OLED display, it looks pretty well done. The graphics look great. I thought they were gonna be like, well, I guess the HD, Metal Gear Solid 2 HD. I mean, they just probably just stretch it out for the HD resolutions, but no, they actually, they kind of like, you know beefs up the quality of the graphics a bit, so it won't be all like pixelated and everything for the 5-inch, because the PS2 graphics, they weren't HD. Maybe they were like 480p at best, maybe. But for the HD graphics for the PS Vita, they look great. Especially Metal Gear Solid 3. The graphics right there look great right there. Now, for the controls, maybe you guys are wondering, whoa, what about the controls? How well does a third-person shooter slash first-person, depending on the view you're going to shoot, how is it on the Vita? Well, surprisingly, it was done very well. The developers did a great job doing this, you know, doing a great job, porting the PS2 games to the PS Vita. For if it's much easier porting the PS2, for PS3, because the dual analog control for the PS3, it's similar to way, it's almost exactly the same thing as the PS2 controller. But for the Vita, like, you have to worry about the touchscreen, the back panel, touch panel, and the touchscreen in the front and everything like that. There's only one L, one right, and stuff like that. You have to take that into consideration. Now, what I think about it. I think they've done a very good job about this. You know, circle is for the CQC, or the punching. The action button, which is square, is for the shooting. The climbing things up. The triangle. X is for, what is X for? Alright, I forgot. I don't know if I don't think you really use X. Was it for crouching? Yeah, I think for crouching. There you go. And for the go prone and everything like that. Crawling. Now the touch, they use the touch pretty well. Pretty well. The front display touch. They use it for equipment. For the guns, you could change the equipment. You could unequip just simply by tapping the screen and everything. And they put it right next to the edge of the display, so it'll be much easier to unequip and everything. Now, to change weapons, you hold down the button, and then you slide up and down to decide which one you want. Now, to unequip it, just simply tap it, like I said before. Now, you guys are maybe wondering, what about the back panel? What is that for use? Well, the back panel is used for to peek the side. When you're in the corner of a wall, you just slide to the left. You might peek through, depending on what side you're on, left or right. And you can use it to peek up by sliding both fingers down, or slide, crouch or whatever. And it's pretty well done. And not only that, you can also use the back touch panel to interrogate the enemies. Make them speak. They'll give you like some radio frequencies and everything. You can also kill them by sliding their throats, or you can also. No, I think that's pretty much it. Stuff like that. But you can also break their necks with circle. I think just repeatedly type of circle, anything like that. Now, anyways, they also take advantage of the front touch panel. The touch display. If you tap it and hold it, you can actually zoom in and everything like that. There's certain places you can zoom in. Especially eaves. Yeah. Anyways, and also, especially when you're sniping, you can also zoom in by flicking the right touchscreen on the side, flip it up. You can zoom in, flip it back down. You can zoom out or anything, which is pretty well done. It's simple and it's very effective in how it was done. Now, uh, the dual analog sticks make it great for the movement and everything. It felt like I was playing like on the PS2 or PS3, depending what if you're playing on the PS3 version. And it was it reminded me how I used to play it back then. Years ago when it first came out. I was like, whoa, this game is just pretty awesome. The voice acting is the same. It's pretty well done. Now you can also notice that there's a few lines that they added especially for the PSVR version. They said, "Touch this display" or "Touch the panel" or whatever. Like stuff like that. You could notice like, hey, wait a minute, this was in the PS2 version, and you'll be like, oh yeah, they just added that in. And, they got the actors or actresses back, and then you could notice it when they added it and everything like that. Now, basically for Metal Gear Solid 2, there's everything's the same as the PS2 version. You could collect the dog tags. You could I think there's a special the side missions. For not the main story, but VR training or not VR training. No, some other stuff. And there's also right there on the Metal Gear Solid 2. Um, was it Sons of Liberty's there's a Snake version, like comic book style Snake versions. Snake goes in there, does some special missions. He fights Fat Man and everything like that. That's just pretty cool right there. Side missions are okay. So now, what was it for Metal Gear 3? All the stuff is right there that you find in the PS2 version. The the little toads right there. You could collect the bosses. The cobras and the bosses uniform. By beating by their stamina gauge. Yeah, you could by defeating them by the stamina instead of the health, the HP. Now there's also the what was it all the Easter eggs right there. They're all right there, which is pretty good. The hidden first person view cameras, everything. The time paradox when you kill Ocelot, young Ocelot on the first mission. No, not the first mission. Yeah, I think the first mission. Yeah. So there's also stuff like that, killing with a knife, and then there's also the CQC. It works very well. You can defeat the boss with pure CQC, and stuff like that. So it like the audio is really good, and like the game is very good. Now the only downside that I came across was it's the well for me, like for instance, I was trying to get a Metal Gear Solid 2. I was trying to get a dog tag, and it's easy to come up. Now sometimes you're trying to wonder, okay, I have the gun, hold it up to him, but I don't want to shoot him. It took me a while to figure out that you have to press the down button. Yeah, I know it took me a while. That press the directional down button to unequip it, and you can just or like just bring it, not unequip it, just bring it down. The enemy will still see you have to still have the gun, and you could just point at the crouch and they'll dance, and then you get the dog tag, and then you can do whatever you want with them. Now, that's pretty much it. The downside I found, other than that, it's pretty well done. The game was pretty well done, ported to the PS Vita. I loved playing it. It reminded me like when I first started playing the PS2 games. The games on the PS2, and it was really, it was really a great experience playing the game. I really enjoyed it. Not only that, they gave you a bonus, like just like in the Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eaters. What was the edition? It was like a special edition. They gave you the first two games ever from Metal Gear's franchise. They gave you Metal Gear, and they gave you Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake, which is pretty good. Which is pretty good. On the first one, that's pretty much stealthy. The there's no voice acting. It's just pretty 8-bitish. Now it was into Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake. That's when they start bringing in the evasion, the red alert and everything. So it was pretty cool. It was pretty it was pretty fun playing those games. Now if you never played those games, you could just play them from there. Now, if you never played the Metal Gear at all, any of the franchise games at all, then this game is definitely a must. It has a great storyline. The whole campaign is good. Even the first two games of the Metal Gear franchise are good. The first Metal Gear, Metal Gear 2, they're really good. And then I think you could play Metal Gear Solid. And they're really fun games and everything. For me, I give it 2 thumbs up. That's a really fantastic experience. It was really great and everything like that. For you guys who are looking for a score, like the 1 out of 10 or 0 out of 10, I give it 9 out of 10. It was really great. It was a great game for me. Now, that's it. That's pretty much it for my review, guys. It was really, there's not really that much bad I could say about the game. It's really, it's really very well done. It was, I hardly found any. There's practically no bugs or anything like that. It was really fun. It was a really fun experience playing the game, playing all 4 games. Metal Gear Solid 2, Metal Gear Solid 3, Metal Gear, Metal Gear 2, Solid Snake. They're all fun games and everything like that. If you guys, it's worth the 30 or 40 bucks depending where you buy it. You get all 4 games and it's really fun experience. You get all these other stuff. Now, there's also of course trophies right there, which are pretty simple to get and everything like that. Well, that's it for me, guys. If you have any questions about the game, let me know and I'll try to answer it now. That's it for me, and I'll see you guys in the next one.